Between Christmas and New Year 2018, I ordered an Intrepid 4x5 camera, and it came at the start of February. It took about 5 weeks to come. This is perhaps the worst way of doing an unboxing ever, one-handed with a not particularly sharp knife. So we tried again. And within the box, what did we find? Well, I'd not only ordered the camera, I'd also ordered a pinhole lens for it, so we'll see that in just a moment. So first of all, we see a nice card from Intrepid Camera just welcoming you to the family and explaining that if you want to tag your posts taken with that camera in various ways and thanking you for ordering, all of that kind of stuff, and how to join their community. So that was just a nice sort of postcard type thing for them to include. Loads of bubble wrap, like all the bubble wrap in the world. But we'll start off with the pinhole lens, which is available for £25. All of their materials are sort of handmade and made to order. Obviously, this is some kind of metal for the actual lens, copper. I don't know, I'm no good at metals. And you'll see some magnets are part of this whole setup as well. As you can see, the shutter is simply just that black piece there, which is held in place by magnets. So if you want to open and close the shutter, that's how you do it. Seems to work well enough. And I'll look forward to getting to grips with perhaps some direct positive paper from Harman, which I've got, and seeing exactly what the pinhole format allows me to do with a large format camera. Anyway, on to the main event, which is the 4x5 camera itself. And much bubble wrap. Imagine the fun, popping all of those bubbles. Just some extra packaging there to make sure that everything came all right in the box. So now you will observe me turning the camera over 257 times to get past all of the bubble wrap. I suppose I could have sped this up. I'm not really sure how to do that. I definitely should have sped this up. Oh well. It's quite exciting getting to this stage because you can start to see the camera through the bubble wrap and you're like, oh, I'm nearly there. It's very exciting. Still, however, I probably should have sped this up. So exhausting, I had to change hands. So we know that Intrepid are based in Brighton on the south coast of the United Kingdom, and they are, I think, always looking to kind of improve their designs. I'd seen an early criticism or perhaps comment on the Mk3 of this camera that it didn't include spirit levels, and you'll see some spirit levels there. We're looking at the back plate at the moment and the base plate, so that's how you can mount it with two different mounting threads, and it's nice that they've got their logo on there. I understand that this was an improvement for the base plate on previous designs. They are handmade and made to order. As I said, they quote at the moment a 6-week lead time. I would say this was probably more like a 5-week lead time. But either way, you know, nothing too much to worry about. There we can see that the cover for protecting the ground glass has come off, and we can see the ground glass itself. And here I will effectively demonstrate how you open the camera to set it up. One thing which is worth noting is you get no central indentation. So finding your zero position, I suppose, will become something which is easier with a bit of practice. But there we can see the camera setup. We can see the bellows. I went for the blue ones. And you can see that the standard has been set up into the middle position. Now, I had previously purchased a lens from Mr Cad, which was a Schneider Cruisenatch Zenar f4.5 180mm lens, mainly with the idea of doing portraits with it. So that's me just mounting the lens onto the board, and here's my somewhat uninterested subject. He was busily watching snooker on television or something and probably didn't want to be disturbed, but I didn't really have to disturb him too much. So I'm just using a coat for a dark cloth here, and just sort of showing you how much you can see through the ground glass with a dark cloth overhead. And this is simply how you would insert the film holders. I'll be using Fomapan film, and I will show you how that's developed a little bit later. But I took 2 portraits of my dad, and I'll show you those in due course.